So let me make my position clear, because I'm not sure I am. This lesbian girl in Mississippi wants to take her girlfriend to the prom, and one of them to wear a tuxedo, which the tuxedo thing I just find amusing. But here's my deal. Federal law is clearly on her side. There's just nobody disputing that in any significant way that I've read, and I've read several accounts of the story. So she's told by the school authorities, in spite of that fact, no, you can't do it. See, you know me, I'm not exactly a gay rights activist, all right? I'm not marching. I'm playing golf. But I guess I'm seeing this, a lot of you are seeing is her like an uppity gay agenda activist pot stirrer. I see it more as somebody running up against idiot authority who are attempting to deny her what, the federal courts, God bless them, have said is hers, and she's not going to take that from authority, which I really respect, to tell the truth. And if you've not spent a lot of time in Mississippi or the South, this chick has got to have brass ones to be, taking this thing all the way to the end zone as she is. So I guess the reason I'm on her side is I admire her standing up for what she sees as a question of her rights being denied. 1-866-331-TALK. I mean, you can make an argument that there is a fundamental value to society for marriage, and has been through history. The institution exists for a very specific reason, having to do with fostering the stability of the home for children, a legal obligation to each other for the purpose of raising children more effectively, and for 100 different reasons. Okay, and I don't want to get off on that tangent because it's long. No such argument can be made about prom. Prom could end as an institution, and nobody would care about the people who sell prom dresses. The first couple of classes of girls who heard their older classmates talking about prom might be a little disappointed that they can't dress up in a dress they'll wear once in their lives, go with some geek who they'll later think is a geek in his tuxedo to some restaurant they can't afford and buy a limo, rent a limo for the night, whatever. If you're into that, that's fine. I have weird ways of having fun, too. But you can't make that argument for prom. So I'm not trying to make some sort of big gay rights argument. I'm just saying I think the chick has stones, and she's perfectly within her rights to go from the teacher to the principal to the superintendent to the school board to the ACLU. I admire her guts. Anyway, 1-866-331-TALK, 1-866-331-8255. Not only do I welcome disagreement, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. Who's first up? Here we go. It's Sheila in beautiful Wheatland, California. Hi, Sheila.
Hi.
Talk to us. Go ahead.
Well, the problem is you're not going to get disagreement from me. That's why I called. Oh. When that lady called saying she must be an activist, all I could think of was an activist for her civil rights. How dare she? I mean, we do live in America. You do need to stand up for your civil rights. We can't look down on the civil rights movements of the 50s and 60s, what those people did to get to school.
Right. Now, this is the sort of thing that might end my career, Sheila, but you're absolutely right. She perceives it to be her civil right, rightly or wrongly. The Nazis who petitioned successfully for their right to march in Skokie, Illinois, back in the day, not far from where I grew up.
Uh-huh. That was their right.
That was their right, as abhorrent as that philosophy is to virtually all of us.
And that is the test of our personal belief in freedom and civil rights.
Do you support it for people you disagree with?
Right.
Right.
And if you can't do that, you don't really believe in it. If you think, like the gentleman who called whose son was uncomfortable with how two young men were acting, but he's okay if it's...
Two hot lesbians, please.
No. But if other people can kiss and make out, but two guys can't, you may be uncomfortable with it. Yeah. I'm uncomfortable with it.
I'm extremely uncomfortable with it.
How do I say, Either you have to say, I guess we can't have kissing and making out, period.
Right.
And just say certain people can't kiss and make out.
Yeah, I might not like it. In fact, I don't. But
right.
I don't see any practical way in our society to prevent it. So
the test of if you
I just won't go.
If you really believe in it.
Right.
If you really believe in freedom. If you believe that even our founding fathers were a bunch of activists.
Yeah. All right, Sheila,
what if the girl was an activist? Who cares?
You said it beautifully. Thank you for the call very much. You know, that is a wonderful philosophical point. Paul, if I'm guessing correctly, based on what I'm reading on the computer screen, you're going to make an excellent practical point. Go ahead, my friend. Welcome.
Hello. My practical point doesn't address the activist lesbian or the uppity principal or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's about how prom gets canceled in this day and age of just overreactions.
Talk to us. Yeah.
I would imagine that a principal in a rural Mississippi town was under immense pressure to not allow the discomfort to the other students and say, how dare you allow a lesbian couple showing up at prom?
Right.
We're going to have your job.
Right. He's getting murdered from the right. He's getting murdered by the ACLU.
And so when the ACLU comes in, who's probably doing a pro bono case just to get bleed the school district of some money.
Okay. Well, I think the ACLU is sincere. I think they're often brutally misguided, but I don't think it's a money thing with them. I think it's an ideological thing. But so this guy's getting killed by both sides, and so he says, "Screw it,
screw it,
no prom."
The ACLU wants us to be liberal and have it across the board for everybody. Here you go.
Yeah.
Nobody gets prom.
All right, Paul. Thanks. Appreciate it. You know, he's right on a practical level, and that had escaped me, and I mea culpa. Yeah, this poor principal. Oh God, he's the superintendent. What is the superintendent of a school system in a county that only has 23,000 people in it? And he's getting killed by both sides. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point. Tim is here from beautiful Reading. Hello, Tim. How are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Talk to me, buddy.
I just had to call in, and maybe I'm off, but are we really calling the prom a civil right? The right to go to prom?
Yeah, if it's an official school activity, it is.
Well, you talked before about showing up at a cocktail party to talk about abortion, it kind of seems that way that. Like the last caller kind of hit the nail on the head, I guess, is that if I'm going to prom, which I hated prom myself, by the way, if I'm going to prom...
But you went?
Yeah.
Did you have a girlfriend at the time?
Yeah, I did.
And she really wanted to go?
Yeah.
So what was your point?
Prom, it gets wacky. People show up, they want to look as wacky as possible. They're starting to wear zoot suits and... it just turns it into a circus, and I think the girl was trying to be as wacky as possible.
By being gay?
What?
So you're saying, like, bringing up abortion at a cocktail party is just rude. So you're saying being gay is rude? Because
in high school, people are still uncomfortable with it's sex in high school, and I'm not going to go and saying kids are Puritan in high school, but at the same time, they're still having a hard time understanding things. And
yeah, all right, Tim, thanks for the call. There you have it. Being gay is rude at a cocktail party or a prom. Tell you what, Marshall's got the news next. Hang on. Armstrong and Getty.